Hi YouTube, welcome back. If this is the first time you're watching this video, this is video number 3 of my project that I've been creating. The first 2 videos, the first one was on me curing the rock, and the second one was on me setting up the fish tank and how I hung up the lights and the refugium that I'm using and the skimmer that I'm using. Also on video 2, I went ahead and I painted the back of the tank. I did use some latex paint, which I figured it was a lot easier to remove if in the future I'm ever going to get rid of this tank or sell it or to anything or to anybody. I could just simply remove the latex paint. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what I did to the tank and how it looks. I went ahead and I seascaped the rocks that you see there. Those were the rocks that I was curing. There was probably a little bit over 100 pounds of rock. I went ahead and it took me like about an hour and a half or so to put the rocks the way I wanted them, because I wanted to have a lot of shelf space for all the corals that I'm going to put on. So I wanted to make them nice flat surfaces so my corals don't fall over, or in case any hermit crab or anything might tip them over or anything, you know, they could be on a steady surface. You see I made some holes and some little caves. That's my aquascape, so you could check it out. I went ahead and I added 50 pounds of live sand to my tank. I added, it was about 35 gallons of salt water. Pure salt water from the ocean. I live down in Miami, so it's a little easier to get ocean water. And I added 5 gallons of fresh water. Freshwater RO water. I got it all from the pet shop. Everything's been good so far. You see there, I had some shells lying around, so I just threw them in there, you know, to give it a nice little look so far, since I don't have any livestock in here yet. This is the skimmer. It's skimming somewhat okay. Still kind of wet. Still trying to break in. I did connect this extra hose here since it was a new skimmer and the tank was completely murky and water and sand, and I went ahead and it's connected to like a little gallon under my stand. Let me show you here. I put a power head there. There's another power head there. It's a Rio 600. That one's blowing this way. I have another power head in there. I don't know if you could see it. That's another 600. And I have another 600 over here to give some circulation to the back of the tank. I did give it some space back there to have the fish, you know, so they could actually swim back there. As for the skimmer, one of my buddies gave me this idea to put like a little sponge pad there to ease the micro bubbles. It's worked so far. You can maybe see a little bit of micro bubbles, but you know, it's still working good. The top of the tank, you could see it kind of has like some milky residue up on top. I don't know if you could tell, but that's from the new sand that I put in, so I'm sure with a few days that'll go away. I also have a Coralia pump here blowing this way, and I have another Coralia pump blowing this way. I'm gonna go ahead, once that milky thing clears up on the surface of the water, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna point this pump more down that way to give more flow to the left for going left to the tank. So this fan here, will you see this fan that I put up here? I know it looks a little rinky-dink, but I'm actually gonna replace it with a black fan. Not that it'll make a difference. The point of this fan is because since this light fixture gets so hot that the temperature rises immediately, like you'll be surprised, it'll go automatically to like 80 degrees. I like to keep the tank at a steady 75. When the lights are off, you know, the lowest I'd like the tank to go to would be like about 73 degrees. But it's been so far. It's been good so far. What I did, I have this fan on a timer, and I have it rigged to more or less when the lights turn on, the fan turns on and off periodically, like in increments of like 15 to 30 minutes. So it actually cools down the water. I know that it causes a lot of water evaporation, but since I don't have a chiller and a chiller's a few $100, I'm not trying to spend money on a chiller. But believe it or not, I've had that fan for a really long time, and it's actually done a remarkably amazing job on keeping the water cool. As you see there, the tank's at 74, which is pretty good, as long as it fluctuates between 74, 75. I don't want it to get past 76, because that's a little scary already. I like to keep it, in the mid-70s. Here, as for my my hang-on back aqua fuge, what I did here, this first stage, I don't know if you guys remember, I went ahead and I added a little cartridge of carbon, just to help with the process of trying to remove any ammonia or anything like that. And then back here, I added some Chaeto. It's actually grown dramatically, like in the last 3 days. It's incredible. And I added some rubble rock. Look, I'm gonna show you guys a video from the bottom. There's a few pieces, as you see towards the ending of the refugium back there. It's still kind of empty. I haven't really set this up to the point how I want it to look, but because I'm waiting for the miracle mud. When I get the miracle mud tomorrow, I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open up more of that Chaeto and actually chisel some of these rocks that I have here. I have a hammer. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna break them up a little more so I could get some more rubble. But those are actually some live pieces of rock. This refugium is actually pretty big, so I'm actually pretty excited to see how this is gonna work. Let me show you around this side. You could see it there. Let me try to move this cable. Look, that's my refugium up there. And then here's the skimmer. It's been skimming good so far. Here you see some big bubbles. I'm actually gonna turn off the skimmer. I've been having it skim since I set up the tank on Saturday. It's been like about 2 days. It's been skimming and skimming. At first it did a lot of wet skimming, I guess because the tank had just been established, so it was really dirty and all the sand and all that, so it skimmed a whole ton. I'm still playing around with the skimmer. The refugium has been good to me so far. I actually did a water test today. I bought the water testing kit that I have here. I bought this, the Reef Master test kit, and I also bought an ammonia test kit so I could test my water. Also, I've been putting some of this. This is to increase to establish the tank and to increase some bacteria in there. Also to remove like the ammonia and the nitrate. So far it's been good. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I went ahead and I fixed the lights up here. I kind of tightened them up really good so it doesn't look all messy and like a big disaster. And I hope you guys enjoy the tank. I'm gonna wait a few more days. Tomorrow when I get the miracle mud, I'll add the miracle mud, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do on Friday, I think, I'll do another water test to see more or less how the parameters of the water is, and if it's good, hopefully this weekend I could maybe add a fish or not. But I think I'm gonna wait up. I'm gonna add a little cleaning crew, maybe like a crab and like 2 snails to see if they're good. I don't want to add too much because I don't want them to die, since the tank is actually pretty new and there's nothing in there for them to eat. So there's my tank. Oh, and one last thing. Look, let me show you. I got all my timers back there. I got the T5s, the metal highlights, and I actually have the fan on a timer. So everything works fine. I do have a heater, but I haven't installed the heater because I do live in Miami. It's actually really hot all the time, so I don't think there's a need for a heater anytime soon. The only time I think I'll need a heater is maybe in the Christmas time if it does get cold, but I doubt it. I hope you guys enjoy the tank. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, or if you guys have any ideas on how to make my tank better or anything like that, please let me know, and I'll be more than glad to comment back or take some of your advice. There's my tank. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, comment, subscribe, and rate.